Hey everyone, Rich from Rich TCG Bets here. Hopefully y'all are having a great day. Hopefully you saw the Lorecast. It was pretty incredible. I'll give you my final rating at the end of the day, but I did like it a lot, and I was very happy with what I saw from it. And so I'm just going to give you a few quick thoughts on just what I thought of the cards. I'm not going to talk about the playability of any of the cards because I will be making things up because I don't know how to play the game at all. So we're just going to talk about the art, what I think about Wilds Unknown as a whole, and dive right into it. So yeah, the iconics. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it already, cover your ears, close the video. But Woody is not an iconic. We have Merida and we have Buzz Lightyear, which initially, obviously, I mentioned in yesterday's video that I'm pretty sure Merida, from what I've been hearing, like on Reddit and online, I don't know anyone personally, but what I've been hearing online is that she would be an iconic. And I remember thinking, yeah, it's not a bad card. It's a Disney princess. But if you're going to bring in Toy Story and The Incredibles, how could you not have one incredible person be an iconic and one Toy Story person be an iconic if you weren't going to have Woody and Buzz? So like I thought Woody and Buzz was like 10 out of 10. If not an Incredibles person, and Woody or Buzz would be like a 9 out of 10. So honestly, I think like Merida, she's all right. I've seen the movie a few times. It's pretty good. But I do think the art's pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. This is the Buzz. Spoiler alert. I took this from Twitch, so sorry if it's not the best quality, but if we play it, you can see like look how amazing the card looks. Oh, I wanna pause it right there. Let's try to go back a little bit. Do you see like the ink glimmers on the card? Like that's amazing. My biggest issue with iconics outside of the Mickey and Minnie is like you really couldn't tell them apart from regular enchanteds. And the fact that Pocahontas had an enchanted and an iconic and a winter spell, like I often forgot which one was the iconic and which one was the enchanted. Maybe that's a me issue. I don't know. Like maybe I just need to level up, but that was like a struggle on my end to try to realize. But I think the art on this card is amazing, and I'm just gonna play it a little bit. You can see like the textures on the rock, like they're over here, they're black, and then they kind of like light up. I just think the artwork on this card looks amazing, and after seeing that, I was like, okay, this is a pretty baller card. Like I can't complain too much. I do think it's better than a lot of the iconic cards we do have out. So say what you want with that. But the main event here is this Buzz Lightyear. I think it looks amazing. I doubt it. I wish this card glowed in the dark, glued in the dark, glue in the dark. I don't know. I wish it was a glow in the dark card. How about that? Because look at like his arms, his feet, the vines, just all the font is just that shiny green, and I think it looks freaking awesome. And obviously you have the aliens in the background too, which is just a nice touch. This is going to be an iconic card that a lot of people want. I think outside of the Mickey and Minnie, it's going to be the highest valued and highest demanded iconic that we have in Lorcana so far. I wouldn't be surprised if it passed the Minnie, but I think just Minnie is tied too closely with the Mickey that the value and demand is always going to be higher because of the Mickey. But this is going to be freaking like I wouldn't be surprised if it's $1,500 right out the gate and jumps to $2,000 raw. Like that wouldn't surprise me. But again, you see the shimmers on that one. Oops, the shimmers on this one. Let's rewind it a little bit. You can see it. Come on, computer. Like right there again, you can see the ink symbols. Really, really great touch for the iconic or for the iconic. So I'm really happy with that. And you can see. Let me go ahead and move my face really quick. You can see this is the current iconic market right now. Hades, is for me, by far and away the worst iconic. It's kind of a random character. I loved Hercules, but still random. Doesn't even look like an iconic. And you can see there with the Pocahontas and Moana. I think Moana looks very iconic, but Pocahontas looks like a regular enchanted to me. And then you have Ariel, Minnie Mouse, and Mickey Mouse. Minnie and Mickey being the highest, like lowest listing, 2,400 for Minnie, 3,800 for Mickey. We're getting 1,000 plus for both Moana and Pocahontas, and then the Whispers in the Wells iconics, Ariel and Hades, are the lowest. And so I can see both Merida and Buzz Lightyear for sure being above Ariel and Hades. I can see Merida being honestly above Pocahontas. I think she'll be probably right behind Moana because Moana is super beloved. But Buzz Lightyear easily tops those four. And again, the Mickey and Minnie are just such a good combination that I can't see a world where Buzz passes one of them or both of them. So those are the iconics that were leaked in the presentation. And there's actually a link, I'll put it in here as well, that talks like a little bit more of like a summary of everything. A couple of things, like it talks about the new iconics. But I wanted to discuss the promo cards. And so these 6 right here, so Ariel, Maleficent, Cruella de Vil, Queen of Hearts, Cinderella, and and Pocahontas. I can't really get them all in the one view, so I apologize for that. But let's just look at the top 3 for now. Ariel, Maleficent, Cruella de Vil. If you notice, they have that Wilds Unknown stamp. And so these are going to be a part of pre-release events. So you have to attend a pre-release event in order to get this. Like, you can't rip this from a pack. You're not going to be able to get this at Disney or anything like that. You have to be able to attend a pre-release at your LGS to get a pack that will have one of these 6 cards, which I think is amazing. I love the bordering around them. And let's go down to these 3. I love like the characters that they chose on these. Every single one of them is OG, which I love. But then they have that stamp. This is the first time we're seeing like a stamp for a set on any Lorcana card. And so with how rare it is to get these, how unique they are, how awesome they look, these are going to be pretty valuable cards. And so if you can attend a pre-release event, I would. Like, personally, I'm like, okay, like I have a starter deck from Raina Jafar that has just been collecting dust upstairs. So maybe I whip that out and go to an event, learn how to play, and try to get me one of these cards. But I think that's awesome. You have these weekly promos too now, and so when you attend like every week, you'll get one of these promos as well too. So they don't have the exact kind of borders that those have, and like the hollow pattern, but they still look pretty cool. Lenny from Toy Story, Zipper, I couldn't tell you where he's from, and then the Will of the Wisp, which is just from Lorcana. So pretty cool card. And then you have these cards right here. So Violet Parr and Buzz Lightyear. So it says right here in this article, you can pick up Violet Parr, learning new powers by attending Ravenburger events at expos, as well as some CCQs and competitive events at some Disney locations. So it's going to be really hard to get that. You have to be able to be at some competitive events or at expos, kind of right place, right time. But what is more right place, right time is this Buzz Lightyear card. It says Buzz Lightyear on the way is a magical places promo, meaning he'll only be available at select Disney locations while stocks last. So these are managed, like in the past, has included pin traders at Disneyland Resort in California, Walt Disney World, or Disney World Paris. And so basically, kind of you have to pay to win, and you have to time it really well. You have to be at the parks. So that costs money to be at the parks, and you have to be at the parks at the right time. I'm going at the end of next month, and I'm like, okay, it's a little bit after that release. Maybe it will be there. I doubt it. I'm not going to get my hopes too high. And then I'm going on a Disney cruise. I'm like, what if these are on the cruises? That would be pretty cool too. Again, I don't think so, but a man can hope. But either way, these cards are really cool, especially the Buzz Lightyear. I think the hollow pattern looks amazing, and the rarity on that is just going to be freaking through the roof. Mike from Cardboard Kingdom always talks about rarity and demand and stuff. I forget the expression he uses, minter rare, something, I don't know. But yeah, this is going to be a card that a lot of people want. And it's going to be really hard to grade because if they're just handing them out willy-nilly at a location, like you're going to have a sleeve and a card holder. I'm blanking on the term for that. But you're going to have to protect it. And even at that point, like it might already be wrapped in a rubber band before you get it, which is causing some like scratches or whitening or dents. You know, it's going to be really hard to grade. And then lastly, I wanted to discuss the enchanteds that we have so far. So this is a bad image. Someone leaked this. So there's still speculation of what if it's true or not. I'm going to admit it's true because it follows the same pattern as far as every enchanted has some sort of like bordering around it. So you can see Miss Incredible or Elastigirl has that. Mr. Incredible has bordering there. Jessie has kind of the circle bordering. And then here you have the flower bordering. But you're gonna have two Incredibles, Jesse from Toy Story, and then La Family Madrigal, I believe, or the Family Madrigal. I don't know, but that's pretty cool. I do like that card. And then these are some that got leaked to a Discord. Again, could be fake. I don't think so. They look pretty legit and they fit the same theme as far as having a circle around it. But you do have like the song What Else Can I Do? Here, let me hide my camera so you can see it all. You have Jack Jack, which is an awesome enchanted from The Incredibles. And then you've got a friend of me. So you've got this amazing Woody enchanted, which is really cool. And that reminds me, on the article, I forgot to show you the set promo. Let's go down here. The set promo. So if you can top 8 or participation for set championship, you're going to get this Woody, not like enchanted, but it's like an enchanted art style, but it's going to be a promo and it looks freaking amazing. If we open this up a bit, it looks so cool. And this is kind of like a, hey, we didn't get you an iconic. Here is an amazing set promo. And I find that a little bit annoying, but I also get it, and I'm totally fine with that. They're wanting to increase participation in player base in Lorcana, and having it a super high demand card, like kind of backed by like, hey, you have to play and you have to be really good. You can't just show up and pretend to play and get the card. Is really cool. So I love this. I love like the candy bracelet on his hat. I think that's a really funny touch. But anyways, what do I think about all this? I give it a 9 out of 10. Really, the only things holding it back are, for me, is we're not getting an increase in pull rates, like as far as being able to pull an enchanted maybe 1 out of 72 instead of 196, so 1 out of 3 boxes instead of a case. So that kind of sucks. You know, it still doesn't make the opening experience that great. And there seems to not be too much on the opening experience, which is kind of a bit of a bummer. But if we're talking about Wilds Unknown in general, like I said, 9 out of 10. I think the artwork's going to be great. You're going to have a lot of nostalgia with these Pixar characters. I love Encanto, and it seems like they're going to have a lot more Encanto cards as well, too, which I am totally happy with. I love all the Encanto cards. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with my 9 out of 10 score? Are you happy with the Iconics Enchanted set promos that we've got so far? And are you buying more... Wow, I am totally blanking on it. Wilds Unknown. Wow, I need to go back to work, and so I'm kind of like rushing everything. But yeah, are you gonna buy some more Wilds Unknown cards? I wanted to share one more graph really quick, actually, and you can see the prices basically kind of stayed the same over the last few weeks. But as of taking the screenshot, we are at 19, and we're like only halfway through the day. So 19 booster boxes purchased today, which is like one behind an all-time high in the last month. So people are still buying. People are still excited. They're hyped for this set. And so I can only anticipate this price going higher and higher. And I don't think we're going to have like this set reprinted. So I think it's going to follow a similar pattern as Fabled. Not as many playable cards. But if the Enchanteds that we leaked are like that amazing with all 18, this is going to be an incredibly high demand set. And people are going to want to rip it for the Enchanteds. And that's going to cause the booster boxes to go high. So yeah. Let me know your thoughts on Wilds Unknown, if you like it or not, and I'll see you all in the next video.